Hello and welcome to Hot Button. Today we're going to be talking about the most interesting person you've ever met and what makes you think someone's interesting. To me, I think an interesting person is just somebody who can blow me away, you know, and tell me like they have a job that I've never heard of or have lived in a crazy, unordinary place and just makes me go, what? You did what? That's crazy.
Completely agree. It can be an everyday thing, you know, depending on if they approach things in a different way than you or if they dress a certain way, as bad as that sounds, can make them look really interesting.
I know.
Do you know anyone like that?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, sort of. Not that they dress a certain way, but the most interesting experience or person that I've ever met is 2 years ago I went to Thailand and I was volunteering, and the kind of leader of the headquarters, he wanted to show us his house on the last night. His name is Lek. We just assumed that we were going to a random, or just like a normal house, you know, like there's houses here. No, so we end up in the back of a pickup truck for an hour driving, like 4x4 into the rainforest, and we end up at his house, which is actually a tree house.
What?
Yeah, and it's made out of bamboo, and he sleeps there all year round. No walls, just like a tarp, just in case there's rain. Yeah, it's the most interesting person I've ever met.
And that makes me sound a lot more boring.
I know, me too.
I don't know, there's like that girl in school that everybody knows, and out of dozens of people, she's the one who's going to stand out, or he's the one who's going to stand out by just the way they act. But I don't know, there was a girl I know who could rock Value Village chic like no other. Her hair was absolutely crazy and beautiful, and I could never pull it off, and it makes me so jealous of those people. It's always interesting because they are the kind of personalities that make you want to learn a story just from seeing them.
Yeah, those types of people I'm so envious of because they just make being extremely cool so nonchalant, just like, oh yeah, I do this, and it's the best thing in the entire world.
Couldn't agree more. But I also find that sometimes their taste can be a little too extreme, almost causing them a disadvantage because, you know, you can't really take them serious all the time.
Yeah, that's very true, and I find that those kind of people just kind of want to gloat about themselves to hear themselves talk, you know, just kind of try and make their lives seem very exciting.
People I know who are eccentric just in personality, sometimes they like to make their life sound too interesting and they over-exaggerate, and I feel like sometimes it's compensating for something that they lack. You know, they're trying to make themselves sound a lot more interesting than they already are, and I don't know, that's where I think you cross the line a little bit.
Yeah, very true. But on the other hand, you can also learn a lot from those type of people because as annoying as it could be to you, it'll probably push you into doing things that you wouldn't ordinarily do because you want to seem exciting too. You want to be able to tell stories like that.
And at the end of the day, can you really be mad if your day's gotten a lot more interesting than it would have been before? I don't think so. So with that being said, we want to hear your stories. Do you have a story that's incredibly interesting, or do you consider yourself an eccentric? Connect with us through our Facebook or our Twitter, and we will see you on the next episode of Hot Button.